The story is about a beautiful kingdom that had a king and a queen, and a prince and a princess. And the prince was obviously older, and he was in charge of his whole kingdom as his father. So in the kingdom there was a woman, a single mom with two children. The father had passed away, and so the single mom had to raise the older daughter and the younger daughter all by herself. And they would wake up early in the morning, do their chores in the house, then they'll venture into the forest, cut down some wood, and each one will fill up the basket with wood. They'll go into the city, different parts of the city, and they'll sell the wood, and they would all come back, put the money together, and with that money, they would buy food for themselves to eat for that day. So this is how it continued and continued until the older one reached the adolescence age. She reached the age of teenager, and that's, Erickson's stage where they want to have their own identity and they want to scout the world themselves, and they want to find out about themselves, who they are, and what this whole complex is all about. So she says to her mom, "Ima, you know what? I have come with you for all these years. I woke up when you told me. I did what you told me. Now I want to do my own thing. I want to get up on my own. I'll go to the forest on my own, and I'll bring you money on my own to you, and I'll contribute my way on my time. Please, I don't want to go with you when you go." And the mother says, "Okay, but two things have to happen. You still have to do your chores, and you still have to contribute money towards the pot so we can all share it. And okay, you can get up on your own as long as you do everything that you're supposed to. You could be on your own schedule." And the daughter said, "Thank you." So the younger daughter and the mother got up early and went off to the forest and did their thing of chopping down wood and selling it at the market. The older daughter took her time getting up, and she did her chores on her own time, and then she went to the forest. When she came to the forest, she heard this amazing tune, this song, it was really a tune. It was like meditating. It was like somebody praying to Hashem, something very unusual, this tune. And then she saw this old man, and she said to the old man, "Please, old man, teach me these songs, these tunes, these nigunim, these amazing tunes that seem to just penetrate the heavens. They penetrate my heart. They're such beautiful tunes. Please teach it to me." He says, "I'm a very poor girl, and my mother works very hard, and I work very hard, and we raise money just by going to the forest and cutting down wood and selling it." So the man says, "Fine." The old man says, "Fine. I'll teach you how to meditate and how to pray, and I'll teach you how to make a little bit money, but you have to pay attention very carefully. Okay, I want you to get 2 buckets of water, and don't put your nails in them. Don't let the water get into the nails. The nails are like dirty. Don't make sure that your nails don't get into the water. So get a bucket of water, 2 of them, but don't put your nails in them. Just get them and place it down beside you. And come, I will teach you this beautiful nigunim, this beautiful songs, this prayers. And they both sat down and they were praying. And he said to her, once I finish my prayer, I want you to take one of the buckets of water and throw it all over me. And then be very careful not to rip any leaves and not to break any branches. And you may take off as many beautiful flowers as you're going to see from the tree. Then you could fill up your basket and take it into town, and you could sell it, and you could bring the money home to your mom and your other sister. She says, yes, I'll do that. But he says, be careful. And then when you've collected all your flowers, take the other bucket and throw it back on me, and I'll change back into a human being. And the girl said, I could do that. I could do that. So she did. They both started meditating, and they both started with these beautiful, amazing tunes that kept rising up straight to the heavens. And the girl remembered, and she took the bucket of water and she threw it on the old man all over him. And all of a sudden the old man turned into a beautiful tree. And within seconds came beautiful flowers that blossomed and smelled. It smelled, the whole kingdom took the smell, this aroma of these beautiful flowers. She was so amazed with this huge tree, and these flowers are beautiful. She's never seen anything like it. She carefully plucked each of the flowers, as many as she wanted, and filled up her basket. But she remembered not to tear a single leaf and not to break a single branch. And she filled it up. She filled up the basket. She took the second bucket of water, threw it on the old man, and the old man turned back to a human being. And she went to the kingdom, she went to the market, and the prince was so impressed with the smelling of this flower. He says, where's this coming from? And he went to the little girl and he said, where did you get these flowers? They're amazing, they're beautiful. And she says, in the forest. So he was so pleased. He says, I want to buy your whole basket of flowers. I want to buy the whole basket. He gives her money and he takes the basket to his mother, the queen. The mother, the queen, loved the smell of these flowers. They just filled up the whole kingdom, the whole palace. So she says, you know what? I want that girl to come to us all the time and bring us those flowers every day. So that was going to be the arrangement. The girl took the money back. She went back to her mother and she said, look what I got. I got you so many coins, Ima. Look. And the mother was so surprised. She says, okay, you could be on your own. You're bringing the money in. You could get up on your own and you could go sell the flowers your own. And this went on. She went into the forest. She met the old man. The old man changed into this amazing tree, and she got the flowers from it and she sold the flowers. As time went on, the old man also said, now I'm going to do it to you. I'm going to put the bucket of water on you, and because you've learned the songs, you are going to turn into this beautiful tree, and I will pluck the flowers and fill up your basket, and I will throw the water back on you, and and you'll turn back into a beautiful young lady. Time like this passed, all the flowers the king and queen bought, and the prince was so happy with the flowers. And this went on for a few months. Now, the younger girl is getting also to be a teenager. And she says to the mom, Emma, can I go with my sister to the forest? I want to go with her. And I'll still get up and I'll do my chores and I'll sell the wood, and I will bring the money and contribute my money as well. So the mother says, okay, both of you are going to go together or separate or whatever, but I want you to remember you both have to do your chores and you both have to contribute the money together. And the older sister said, sure, come on, I'll show you. So they went to the mother got up early in the morning. She left early in the morning. And then the two sisters got up when they wanted to. They did their chores and they went into the forest. Now, the older girl told the younger sister how she got these beautiful flowers. She explained to the younger sister, I am going to meditate. I am going to sing the most beautiful tunes, and I'm going to pray to Hashem. When I'm praying, I want you to take 2 buckets of water, but don't put your nails into the water. When I'm done praying, take 1 bucket of water and you'll throw it all over me. I'm going to turn into a beautiful tree. When you see the tree blossoming with amazing flowers, I want you to take care not to rip a single leaf and not to break any twigs. Take as many flowers as you want, fill up your basket, fill up my basket, and then when you're done, our baskets are full, take the other bucket of water, throw it on me, and I'll change back into being myself again. And the little sister was a little bit scared. She says, what, you're going to turn into a tree? Oh, okay, I'll be careful. I'll do it. So she got water and she made sure not to put her nails in the water. She got 2 buckets of water, and the girl started meditating and saying these tunes, and again this prayer went up to Hashem. And the girl took this bucket of water, the younger girl, and threw it on the older sister. And the older sister turned into a magnificent tree. And again, the flowers came out. Amazing. The flowers were so beautiful, and they smelled, the aroma of the flowers just took over the whole city, the whole kingdom. As she was very careful not to rip the leaves and not to break any twigs, she took the flowers and filled up 2 baskets. Then she took the water and threw it on the sister, and the sister turned back into a beautiful young lady. The 2 of them went into the kingdom, and of course, the queen, who loves these flowers, brought all the flowers, as she did for many days. And she gave them the money. The 2 sisters went back home, and they showed the mother the money. The mother was very proud of them, and she continued to do that. Now came a very curious prince, and he says, wait a minute, I know all this forest. I have never seen such flowers. Where do they come from? What tree is it? Where did she get them? If it's in my kingdom, if it's in our, where is it? Where is that tree? I'm curious. He followed the two girls home. He waited and waited and waited. And the next morning, those two girls were coming out, and he was following them, and they didn't know that. He saw what happened, that the older one started singing these tunes. The little girl had 2 buckets of water. The little girl throws the water all over the older girl, and she turns into this tree again. And he sees how careful the sister is not to rip any leaves and not to break any twigs, and how she plucks beautifully and carefully all these gorgeous flowers and fills up these buckets of flowers. So he gets it. He sees that this is happening. He goes to his mother and he says, Mom, I want to marry the girl that is selling these flowers. I want to marry the girl that has been coming to our kingdom all these years or all these months. I want to marry her. And the king and the queen said, but she's a poor girl. He says, I love her, and she has a golden heart, and she's a hard worker, and she's a good person. I want to marry her. So the king and the queen agreed, and there was a big wedding, and the mother of the single, the single mom with the 2 kids agreed for the older daughter to marry a prince, because now they'll be taken care of, and they won't be so poor. So they had a big wedding, and after the wedding night, after they were together, the prince tells his wife, please turn to a beautiful tree and show me those flowers like you did in the forest. She says, what? I'm just an ordinary person. I'm just like ordinary person like you. I don't turn into any tree. He says, I saw you. I saw you were singing, and I saw your sister pour the water, and I saw you turn into the beauty. Please, just do it for me once, please. I won't make you do it again ever. Just do this for me once. I love the smell of those flowers. Please just do it for me. I'll never ask you again. And the princess said, okay, I'll do it. I'm married to you. I'm your wife. And I'll do it just this one time. And she said, but be very careful. Be very gentle. Take 2 buckets of water. Do not let your nails touch the water. When you're taking the blossoms of the flowers, make sure not to rip a single leaf and not to break a single twig. Please be careful. So he closed all the shutters. He closed all the windows, and he got 2 buckets of water ready. And the wife, who's married to the prince now, started to hum these beautiful melodies. And this melody went up higher and higher and higher, like prayers to Hashem. And the prince took the 1 bucket of water very carefully and threw it all over his wife now. And in front of his eyes, the wife turned into a beautiful tree. And in that beautiful tree, there was amazing blooming, so many flowers. He was very careful not to rip a single leaf or break a single branch, and he took as many flowers as he could, and he filled up his whole room with beautiful flowers. Then he took the water and threw it all over her, and she turned back to be his wife. Now, while he promised that he will never ask her again, the prince had a sister, and she was not of a very good nature. She peeked, and she saw what the sister-in-law can do. Yep. So the next day, the prince tells her that it's his job to the wife, it's his job to go check out the whole kingdom. Check all the forests, check all the lakes, check all the people, check that everybody is okay. And I'm giving you to be with my mom, and my mom will take care of you. And you could be here for a week or so alone, but I'll be back as soon as I can, as soon as I finish checking everything and making sure everybody's okay, and I'm going to return. The very next day, when the prince was gone, the little sister of the prince comes and says to her mom, Ima, I want to go with my sister-in-law and my friends to the beach. She's never seen our beach. I want to show her the beach and the orchard, and I want to show her this and that, and I want to take her around, and it'll be fun. And the mother says, you listen very carefully. You be very careful with your sister-in-law, because if anything happens to her, you are going to be responsible. And guess what? When the prince comes back, and if anything happens, you know the king, I, and the prince will punish you severely. So you better be very careful and take care of that sister-in-law of yours. And she says, yes, I will. I'll take care of her. I'll take care of her. So she got all her friends and the sister-in-law, and they went to the beach, then they went to the orchard, and they were having a great time, and they were singing, and they were dancing, had a picnic, and the sister-in-law was really enjoying herself. And she said, wow, she's so nice to me. All of a sudden, poof, the sister-in-law stopped everything, and she says to her sister-in-law, the princess says to her sister-in-law, I know you could change into a tree, and you have beautiful flowers. I want you to do it right now. I want you to do it right now for all my friends. She says, no, I can't. I won't. I'm just like everybody else. I don't change into a tree. I'm just like you. I'm just nobody. She says, I saw you. I saw you in the bedroom. I saw that you changed into a tree. I know you can do this. I know you do this. She says, please, I don't want to. I don't want to. She says, yes, we want to see you do it right now. Right now. We want to see you do it right now. And this poor girl couldn't say no. She was pressured by all these bullies that were bullying her. And they were so not nice to her. And they made fun of her. A tree? You're going to be a tree? Really? You're going to be that doesn't happen. No way, no way. So she kind of felt pressured, and it was sad. And what had happened, she told the girls, listen, I am going to sing a special melody. This melody is a special meditation that I sing to Hashem. And I want you to get 2 buckets of water, but make sure not to put your nails in them. Make sure that when I've done singing, you take this bucket of water, you could pour it all over me gently, and I'll turn into a beautiful tree. And you'll see this blossoming flowers with amazing smell. But be very gentle, not to rip a single leaf, and be very gentle not to break a single twig or branch. Oh, yeah, we'll be careful. Just go on with your thing. And she meditated and she prayed. And yes, she turned into a beautiful tree. The girls were so excited. They said, what is this? This is amazing. And they started pulling. They didn't listen to the instructions. They threw the water on her and she turned to this tree. And they started pulling the flowers. It was pulling and pulling the flowers. And they were ripping ripping the leaves and breaking the twigs, the branches, and they were messing up the whole tree, and they were abusing the tree. And then it started to thunder and lightning, and the princess was scared, and she just threw the bucket of water like that, not covering the girl properly. And everybody ran back to the palace. But the wife, she couldn't become back to the wife again. She ended up being like a tree stump. And this tree stump rolled into the river and started floating down the river. Everybody came into the castle, and the queen said, where is your sister-in-law? And the princess says, I don't know. She's probably in the forest, or she's probably in the orchard. I don't know where she is. I don't know. Says, you were responsible for her. She was behind. I don't know where she went. Maybe she went back home. Maybe she got tired. Maybe she doesn't want to be the wife of the prince anymore. So the queen didn't say anything. The prince came back, and the prince was looking for his wife. And he asked the queen, where is she? Where is my wife? And he asked everyone, and nobody knew where she was. He took a bag full of food and clothes and everything, and he says, I'm not coming back until I find her. I'm not coming back until I find her. He went searching from house to house to look for her and look for her. And he was so tired after a week and 2 weeks and 3 weeks. And then he was by the water, and he noticed the log. And he noticed the log, that something is different about this log. And he picked up this log, and he started taking care of this log. And he put water on it and took care of it. And all of a sudden, this log grew into this beautiful tree. This beautiful tree that it once used to give beautiful flowers. Then he took another bucket of water and threw it on this beautiful tree, and it turned back to be his wife. And the wife told the husband what had happened and what his sister had done. And the husband told his parents, the king and queen, and sure enough, the sister did get her consequences. She was banished from the castle, never to be seen again. In this story, what you're learning is that your friends have to be of the utmost proper character. Just like Hashem, when he found Avram to be Naaman, Avram was unconditional. Avram was just passed all of Hashem's tests. He was loyal. He was kind. You know, I've told you this before. He's full of chesed. He's not changing. He did everything what Hashem wanted. When you find a friend, find somebody Naaman, somebody that's loyal, somebody that's committed, somebody that will be good. When a chassan and a kala get married and they're going to build a new home together, we said that they should have a bais Naaman. They should have a committed house with a good foundation. They should be loyal to each other. They should be committed to each other. So just like Abraham was a Naaman to Hashem and a perfect, full of chesed, I pray that you should find your friends and your peers to make sure that they're of good quality, that they're loyal to you, that they're committed to you, unwavering, and that you should grow with them and they should be a help to you and you should be a help to them. God willing, you should find good friends to be with and you should enjoy life.